Right at the moment, here is Mr. Alaji, the young, intelligent Gambia, the smartest farmer right in the Gambia, who is trying to develop agriculture in the Gambia, especially the younger one that growing up, and you, the one that viewing us. He's young, talented, focus into his job, and then he want to stop importing people to stop importing papayas from the west side of the world to the Gambia. He want us to grow what we eat and eat what you grow. Can you send your regards to the four corner of the world, and then let us know why you gather all the farmers today in Yundumbaras today.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Like I said, I'm Alaji again. Fai. Thank you, Lucky Child, for
Yeah,
having me here.
yeah,
What we have today here, it's called the Papaya for School Initiative.
yeah.
Some months back, you remember we went to the farm in
To the
Molet Bar.
farm in Moledba,
What
yeah,
you guys saw there is what we want to replicate in all of these schools.
all the schools.
Yes.
Okay,
The reason we're doing it is we want the young ones, the youths, to actually believe that it can be done in Gambia and they can do it.
in the Gambia,
Now,
yeah.
yes, we're going to the school level at the grassroots level so we can influence these youths somehow. So we have selected 16 schools for a start
Okay,
across the Gambia,
so each and every school you should give them 100
100 seedlings.
seedlings.
Yes,
Okay,
that is 1,600 seedlings
seedlings.
put together, all of it.
Okay,
So what we want is the schools need to meet certain requirements. That's why they have this garden, like you say, is
like this
fenced.
one here, yeah.
Yes, and they have enough water.
They have
Once they
water.
meet that requirement, we provide the seedlings and make sure they nurture the trees. So they live with the trees, they see how it's going. And hopefully the production from this can go and support the school financially again.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we want to stop depending in aid and other food programs for the schools. Are we saying that if the donors that are giving our kids feeding programs in the school, if they stop doing it, our kids will not have something to eat at school?
Definitely.
We want that to stop.
Yeah.
We want to be able to provide the kids with these things. So from this 100, as we go, we can scale to 200, scale to 400 and more. So this
Okay.
is the whole idea of the initiative. Like right now here, this initiative is called Papaya for School Initiative, and Baker is doing it in
That's on
collaboration with
YouTube, in
Smart
TikTok.
Agripreneur Academy. So that's it in short. Briefly, that's what we're doing. Today we have gathered here around 16 school, and the participants we have here are over 100. They're all here to grace the occasion. We have some stakeholders that also are invited, like NARI, also the regional directorate. We have the area councils, KMC and Birkama Area Council. We have the School of Horticulture or Agriculture at the Gambia College, and all of the representatives from these 16 schools are also present. So we have different media houses that are also present, including Nice Gambia TV, focus on agriculture, and we have West Coast Radio as well. So we thank all of you for coming over here. I mean, leaving your tight schedules and making this a reality for us. So once again, thank you so much.
Guys, my name is Samba Balde. I'm the head of the Agri Department in Lumbaraks Opan Senior Secondary School. At the same time, I'm the garden master here in the school here. Well, this laudable initiative I was informed by one of my colleagues that a cousin brother of his is running a project or an initiative, which I was so interested of. I informed him to connect me with them so that I can able to at least try to lure them back to this place so that they can also come here and we benefit from this initiative. So when we communicated, it was fruitful. The person came and they said they have criteria that you have to meet as a school before you are given that opportunity. Among them was a school garden. The garden must be fenced and there must be enough water, which I think we are qualified. The space is there, there is water, and I think this is why we are given this opportunity. So when they came, they were impressed. They said we have the space, so they want to use this place as their center, and they are going to do the launching here. So I asked them how many seedlings are they going to bring. First, they said they are going to bring 100. Okay, and these 100 seedlings, the diameter is going to be 2 meter by 5. Okay, between seedlings and 2 meter by 5 between rows. So that's time we involved the agri teachers that are in the school with some students. So we started digging the holes. Okay, this is why you are seeing the holes and straight lines. We use a tape line to measure. Okay, the distance from a hole to another hole is 2 meter 5, and the distance from one row to another row is also 2 meter 5. So this is what we did, and we gathered the manure that you can see is organic. There is no chemical here. It's all from animal dung. That is the goat feces. So we mix here and we watered it. So to do it there, but the seedlings are young. They are tender each. The rooting system is not that matured, so we have to make sure that we put in the seedlings. Then after 1 or 2 weeks, we apply the manure. Yeah, in short, that is it. Yeah, yeah. Well.
So thank you, boss. This is what we expected of all of these schools. Now, the reason we wanted all of these schools to be here with the teacher coordinator is just to primarily hear what he said. So this is what is expected of the other schools. If you have this space, this fence, there is available water, this is what's required of you. Prepare the holes, use this dimension that's giving 2 meter 50, go by this, and the launching or the initiative will kickstart in your school as well. So we're going to roll out based on readiness, right? There are some schools that are still struggling with space or fencing the space. We will not be able to roll out this project there until they are secured and ready to go. So for the other schools that have the space and you're ready to go, once this is completed on, we'll just do the same thing. So now what we wanted to do here is just go ahead with the transplanting of these 100 seedlings. You all can see the seedlings, they are already here. And primarily we want the kids firsthand to experience how this is being done, because in the end, not only is it a learning field or initiative for us here, is we want the kids to be able to do it in the other schools that we would be. So we can, yeah, we can start with that.
So let's have the we'll do a demonstration of one.
Okay, go ahead. Jelko.
Do the post class. Yes, do the official launching, huh? Let's do the official launching. Where's the Barang school?
Yes. And we have a spade here. We need a spade. Yeah.
Yes, so we have the headmaster, the teacher coordinator. So as you can see, this is how the project is owned.
Yeah. So we needed to wet all of them. It's so dry. See?
So as you can see, this is how the project is owned.
So we need water here. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's gonna be very dusty here.
Yes. So you guys, like if you guys in your own, if you're in your own school, teacher plus students, you guys can be together as well. So once we do the official launch, where the headmaster plus the head teacher plus the 2 students will do the official launch and plant the 4 seed.
There's no water.
Yes, just get it ready.
So I think once we do this one, somebody will help us just wet. The reason we ask preferably for the agric teacher to be the coordinator is just so now all of the theoretical things that you've learned in class in terms of how do you take care of pest diseases, how do you take care of other infestations,
Can you come here, please?
has to be implemented now, right? Now we want to try to be organic in as much as possible, right? Anything that we can do that is organic is what we would encourage more than using inorganic material. So in our experience with the pilot farm that we have done, the nurseries didn't have a problem with any form of pest at that period until they started flowering. Now, when they started flowering, we suspected there were some flies attacking the flowers. We used rabbit urine as a pesticide. If that can be used here, fine. If there are other ways that we can still fight the insects or the pest, we would still encourage it, so long as it's just an organic way of doing it, right? If we cannot fix that problem organically, then we can explore other ways. But however, even if it is chemicals we're going to be using, we want to make sure we go by the required quantities, not just to put, that's tell you, jelal kubir bi rek soti ko bem fess rek nga soti si. We want to go by the dilution ratios of those chemicals.
Yeah.
That is after we explore and not find any other organic way of addressing that problem, right? So we observe as they grow. If we see anything that we feel is abnormal, we consult with the partners, with the stakeholders, and we see what is the best way. So the idea here is we do not want to dictate to say, do it like this, do it like this. It's a learning procedure. So you see something that's abnormal, explore ways that you can fix it. If possible, even share that with us. We can also help disseminate that way of taking care of that particular problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be better to have a platform whereby all these coordinators will be sharing their best practices.
Yes, so we have already a group that is created for that, and we call it the
Agribiz Club.
Agribiz
School
Club.
Agribiz Club. Yeah.
So all of these schools are encouraged. If you don't have an agri club in the school, you form one, and those schools or those clubs are all of the members are going to be added in the platform. So that is where primarily we will get our updates on a weekly or bi-weekly basis as the plants are growing. But at the same time, if you experience any trouble, share it there for everybody to see firsthand what you're experiencing. If you also have ways on addressing that problem, we share there so we can all learn from the different activities going in the different platforms or farms in the different regions. Right?
Like this one is a manual.
Yes, this is
Not
manual.
yet compost.
It's not yet
So
composed.
if you have a compost, can you apply that before you?
Yes, so ideally, what we were recommending to the schools is even before the transplanting is done, we apply manure in the holes. The reason the hole is actually so deep is manure was expected to be filled in it, and we water it for at least 3 days or 3 weeks. That would have mean that before the transplanting was done, it would have allowed for that little composting to be done. And this now the reason we asked them to hold on to the manure is the timing was so bad because by the time the holes were dig and today it was like 3 days period. We know that the manure would not have had enough time it needed to compose. And remember, some of the manure sometimes is hot. You don't want to expose the seedling to that temperature where it's just beginning to adapt to that environment and it's hot. So that's why we said now, leave the manure for now. Let's allow them until the root systems are established, then we apply for the manure. But for the other schools, now you've learned from this, when your holes are dig and we have a timeline where you can have that 2 week window or 3 week window, you can already apply your compost in the holes and water the empty holes and the manure for 3 weeks at most. That would mean that by the time we come to do the transplanting, the environment would be suitable for the seedling. Yeah. I mean, we have the agri experts here. If you want to add any practices that you think we still need to do this, please, you're welcome. Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah, we can now continue.
Yeah.
With the, yeah.
Yeah. Where the seedlings?
Yeah. So the students, you can just help collect the
Yeah,
seedlings.
you guys can
and
collect the seedlings. Let's go
those
collect.
that probably know how
You
to
guys
do
can collect
this,
the
you can
seedlings.
take one and
Each can collect one. Each one collect one. Each can collect one. Okay. Each can collect one, huh? Each student should collect one seed. Right? Stay with your agri teacher or your teacher. Stay with them. Okay. It's already visible. This man is a general here. He's the only general in my school. The general is very powerful.
so we need to backfill. Yeah. Backfill. Boy, it's fine. You guys have done it all. So like right now, Mom, you're not done. Yeah, we're giving it. You want it? You can take it. What's up? You want the mic? Okay. The video is still ongoing. Yeah, so here, if you wanna wow. Wow, hold on. Sample pale, you know what is wow. Careful here. Wow, man. Yeah, I was referring. Yeah, so the seedling right now doesn't need a lot of water, just enough to keep it moist. So for some of this one where we see that it's dry, we can just sprinkle little water around it and leave it like that. Yes. So at this stage, it needs just minimal water until the root systems are established. Yeah. Asha? Okay. You want more water?
Yeah,
No, it's fine. It's fine, boss. It's fine. It will go. Yeah. Yeah. Help? Any help? Yes, exactly. Yes.
Sustainable scoop of water and nozzles, right? While nurturing entrepreneurship mindset and climate smart focus. Because we believe agriculture is a sector that is also contributing to climate change, right? So in an event of production, we should be conscious of what to do in order to reduce the rate of climate change. So that's why in this project, will make sure that students have that cognition or that consciousness of trying to do production in a way that do not harm the environment. So that's where we're able to introduce them with climate smart practices. Yeah, so this is a pilot. We have selected 16 schools, region 1, 2, and 3 are these regions that are identified where these 16 schools were selected from. So in region 1, we selected 2 schools, that is Nusrat and Bakoti. Nusrat Senior Secondary School and Bakoti Open Senior Secondary School. In region 2, we selected Mindanao Senior Secondary School, Pirang Open Senior Secondary School, Yundum Barracks Open Senior Secondary School, Gunyu Senior Secondary School, and Sanyang Senior Secondary School. In total, we have 7, both region 1 and 2. And in our own region, region 4, where this initiative is been piloted for past 3 years, we have 9 schools, Jara and Kia. Inclusive, we call it as LRR, Rover River region, right? So we have 9 LRR, Kiang and Jara, and 7 in region 1 and 2. They are the one participating in this project. So the structure of this project is such that we have 2 clusters. The first cluster is that out of these 16, we will supply schools with papaya seedlings, each 100 seedlings, right? So now the schools that are having challenge in terms of space, we might give them the seed to turn it into seedlings, right? So that's why we said cluster B, that is nursery school, and the cluster 1, that is transplanting schools. So most of the school will take part in cluster 1 because we have realized that out of these 16 schools, almost 80% have enough space to accommodate these seedlings, right? So the remaining ones will be categorized under cluster B, where we'll give them the seed, but that will be later, not now. Key emphasis is now on supplying them with seedlings and transplant them and take care of them till the time of maturity to due for harvest and get it to the market and get what we want from it. That is the income, right? So in this initiative, we'll be providing some trainings on nursery management and planting or cultivation of papaya from seed to market, and also some agribusiness basics so that we treat this as a market-oriented venture, not as the way our fathers have been doing farming, right? So we want to deprive ourselves from it so that young minds like you and I can see this sector as an attractive sector worth pursuing, right? That's our ultimate goal. So environmental care, we also nurture the mindset in these young minds to treat agriculture, be more climate smart, focused, or conscious, right? Because we don't want to do the production and tampering with the environment that can lead to a negative impact on the climate, right? So we also provide them with seedlings and some necessary support that can enhance the production of this papaya, right? And BICAT is here to tell us no worry for market access, right? BICAT is here to make the lives of farmers simple. With the mobile app of BICAT, the market is already secured. So don't be worried of where to sell your papaya, right, Muhammad? Yes. So, so the expected outcome, we want to ensure that all these 16 schools are supplied with papaya seedlings and seeds by the end of next few months to come. And in total, we want to supply 1,600 seedlings to all these participating schools. And we also want to institute agribusiness club. Agribusiness simply means agribusiness club, right? We don't want to have a club that will be just there by name, but in action, it's not treated as business. So we want to change that, right? If we have an existing club called Agri Club, it's good. We will still maintain it, but treat it as business called agribusiness, right? And all these members of that club will ensure to give them some basic trainings to execute that club to treat it as business, right? And we also hope to have small farms in various schools, if need be, to extend the production, right? That's why we say demonstration farm created. And after the pilot, we will get the lesson learned, the key areas of improvement to develop that framework to present to MOPSI if need be, and see how best to scale up this initiative, preferably next academic year, right? 2027, 2026, 2027, inshallah. Yes. So the governance structure for this initiative, BICAT is at the back end, while us at Smart Entrepreneurs Academy as at the front end, dealing with the school directly. So we also have some internal structure within the school that we want you to take note of. So the owner for this project is called Agribiz Club. The school that are having the club, they're the one going to take care of this project internally, while we be at the back end and the front end doing this, giving the support. So the teacher coordinator, preferably the agri teacher for that particular school, should be the one serving as a teacher coordinator, right? To help these students to do what is expected of them. And the administration should also be given the necessary support to ensure that we get what we want, right? Because this is a collaborative effort. So, like I said, the agricultural science teachers should sign a document that will be shared with you in a few weeks later with some commitments, right? Because this is something that is very important that we should all take ownership of. So there should be that much commitment between us and you guys, right? Move on. So the key responsibility, the teacher coordinator should ensure to lead and supervise the weekly papaya cultivation activities and also guide students to apply recommended agronomic practices for sustainability purpose and to be climate smart focus. Maintain simple weekly records of activities conducted. We have a worksheet template extracted from FAO School Guardian Manual, which will be shared with your coordinator so that it will keep you will keep track of the records of the activities for easy reporting to BICAT, right? So we also prefer to share us with some photos and videos of each activity because we have already created a dedicated Facebook page called Agribiz Club where all the activities of this 16 participating school will be shared. You can also reshare in your page as a school if we have the page. It can bring an opportunity that you not expect, right? So let's take it up serious, right? Serve as a, so the teacher coordinator will serve as an intermediate link between us and the school admin, right? And we want you to ensure to encourage inclusive participation. You ensure that every student that is taking part is given the fair treatment, right? So these are some of the worksheets extracted from FAO School Guardian Manual that we'll be sharing with you to help us to keep track of some of the activities, to avoid doing garden blindly, right? To have some key records items that you yourself can do reporting if need be anytime within or outside, right? So we will be sharing this with you as sticker coordinators, right? So these are some of the key activities we have carried out well before the launching with the BICAT in the various selected schools. I think from the first week of the opening of this term, that is second term, we visited all the 16 schools where we were there to check the feasibility of the site identified for the papaya cultivation. And fortunately, we have found that almost all the schools have that space that can enable them to accommodate. Although some we end up giving them seed instead of seedlings because of the space. So that's myself, the founder and the co-founder and the CEO of BICAT, Mohammed Maron, with the student from one of the school. Yeah. So this is LRR, school visiting LRR. Yeah. West Coast. Next, you have KMC. Next. So from the beginning of this week, right? I mean, yes, from the beginning of last week, right, up to Friday, most of the school have kick-started preparing their sites for transplanting of papaya seedlings. Unum Barracks have already completed, and today, inshallah, before we disperse, we will help them to transplant all their 100 seedlings. So they'll be the first to get this thing started, right? So bravo to Princess. So that is it. That is schools in. Okay, here we are. We have the biker team at Nursery Bank in Jalamba. That's Alaji Fai and Fatu Saho, I believe, right? Yes. So that is seed to market, right? You see at that end there, they are doing the seedling production and due for transplanted and get us this food after 7-8 months and now ready for market. So we want to see this in all schools in next 7 to 8 months. Like let's see, we're in January, almost ending of January. By beginning of February, all the schools will have their seedlings. We expect to harvest these fruits of papaya by September, October, right, Muhammad? Yes, by September, October, beginning of next academic year, we expect to go around all the schools and get witness of these papaya fruits, get ready for the market and make money and see the sector as a world pursuing career, right? Are you ready for that? So that's what I have for you on behalf of Smart Agripreneurs Academy and BICAT. Thank you all for gracing this occasion. May we all return to our home safely, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khaled, for the wonderful outline of this initiative. Like you said, we expect the harvest pretty soon, and I hope we're all ready for the work. Like they say, education is the foundation of every society. And today we've witnessed that. And we want to inculcate agriculture not just as subsistence farming in schools, not just as a background in our country, but towards self-sufficiency in food in this country. And together we can do that. So let's work together. Thank you. Next up on the agenda is just the introduction of all the schools involved in this initiative. Then we'll have an address from the Ministry of Basic and Secondary School Education. So, of course, we'll start with our host school, Yundum School. We have Nusrat Senior Secondary School. We have Bakote Senior Secondary School. We have Mingdao, Gunjur, Pirang Agricultural Upper and Senior Secondary School, Sanyang Senior Secondary School, Nyora Jataba, Senior Secondary School, Kenaba Senior Secondary School, Quinella Senior Secondary School, Nemakuta Basic Cycle School, Sama Senior Secondary School, Buiba Senior Secondary School, Japine Upper and Senior Secondary School, Wellingaraba Upper Basic School, and last but not the least, Pakaliba Senior Secondary School. So these are the 16 schools involved in the Papaya for School initiative. I'd like to welcome Mr. Ning to address us from MOPSI. Thank you. Can we give him a welcoming applause?
Good morning, honorable guests, distinguished partners, school administrators, starting with our able principal, Mr. Sambu, teachers present here, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. On behalf of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, MOPSI, by extension, the Regional Education Directorate 1, not leaving my colleagues at the other end, that is Regional Directorate 2. I am honored to deliver this remark on the official launching of the Papaya for School initiative, championed by Smart Agri-Entrepreneur Academy in collaboration with BACAT. This is a laudable initiative, and I think we need to cherish it. Let me begin by commending BACAT and Smart Agri-Entrepreneur Academy for having this foresight to come up with such an initiative, understanding very well that as a government, we desire to ensure that skills at the level of the schools are developed, youths are empowered, there is adequate food security, and a sustainable livelihood. These things are very key, and I think we need to have a sober reflection today if our own youth or our own Gambians can come up with such an initiative to ensure that they complement the effort of the government. The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education recognizes that education must not go just beyond the four corners of the classroom. So therefore, it must equip the learners with practical skills, entrepreneurial mindset, and problem-solving abilities. Agri-entrepreneur is very, very key, and I think there is a paradigm shift from the traditional way of farming or just farming for consumption's sake, but to move away from that to a more advanced level where one will be able to farm, get money, keep in the banks, roll it out for more meaningful business in order for us to be sustained. Remember, the world, if I might put it, have undergone what we call an economic recession. With the coming of the COVID-19, we've seen it. We've understand that we should not just be farming and consuming, but we should be farming and also banking to make sure that we sustain, we have a contingency plan so that in an event we fall short anywhere, we can fall back on the ones that we reserve so that we keep going. Actually, agriculture has been shifted from a subsistence way of agriculture to a more modernized or mechanized way of agriculture. And therefore, this initiative, from the little presentation that I heard from Mr. Carnegie, is like we are trying to incorporate more mechanized farming into our way of farming, especially at the level of the schools. Now, for us at the regional level, actually I'm coming from the regional directorate, but because MOPSI have extended invitation to us to create this on their behalf, and I think we are not left out when we said MOPSI. So starting from the directorates to the schools, we are all MOPSI. So when we said MOPSI, definitely it's not just those people at the headquarters directorate. So we felt this initiative is very timely. It will help to strengthen school community partnership. It will promote experiential learning and provide opportunities for schools to integrate agriculture into life skills, education, science, technology, and enterprise development. Through such programs, students don't only learn about agriculture, but they learn through agriculture by doing innovation and also create a value chain. This is very, very important. We as a sector always advocate for us to enhance our livelihood. Remember, our life, our source of survival depend on what we do to maintain or survive. Looking at the current trajectory, many of our youths have embarked on the pathway, which has now shifted to be more dangerous, more catastrophic that we might think of. And I think, having been, we have a livelihood. Because the reason why they're embarking on the pathway is to change their livelihood, if I may understand. But, having been, we have a business that can sustain us, that can even give us more money compared to just going to Europe to sit down for 6 years, waiting for a paper, then you gain money. So I think it is high time for us at the level of the schools to sensitize our students to ensure that let them focus on the learning. Let them focus on their basic education. After grade 12, they can embark on a more lucrative venture than just using the back. And I think with this papaya initiative, it is a laudable initiative because those of us who goes to the market to buy papaya, we know how many or how much one will cost you. Much more if you have a farm where you'll be harvesting weekly or monthly, close to a very large quantity. This will translate to a lump sum of money. So we don't just advocate for agriculture, but we advocate for our youth to be involved in agriculture. This is very important. We also recognize the potentials of this initiative. It will promote youth empowerment. It will create employment for the youth, like I was saying, and it will also give us that self-reliance. It will also enhance the environment. Environmental awareness will be more widespread, and the climate resilience will, of course, be a gateway for us. Remember, we are battling with climate change every day. But remember, the more trees we grow, the more rainfall we expect, the more friendly our environment is. So it is not just about farming for food, but also farming to ensure that our environment is protected. The ministry, through the regional directorates, remain committed to the supporting of this initiative. We assured you, Papaya Initiative for Schools, by extension, Baker and Smart Entrepreneur Academy, that we will reaffirm our commitment to ensure that this program becomes sustainable. Because over time we've seen very brilliant initiatives being initiated by our own, but on the pipeline we just see it fade, it erode. Why? Because we don't sustain it. So, and I think the only way we can sustain this is through a concerted effort from the regional directorates to the schools, to the teachers, and to the students to make sure that we all put our hands together and ensure that this program remains here for posterity. In conclusion, I wish once again to congratulate the initiators of this program, and we look forward for a very fruitful partnership that will be positively impact on our schools, on the learners, and by extension the communities. I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nee, for that wonderful contribution and your continued support to such initiatives that empower students not just in classrooms but beyond the classroom. I think this initiative today wouldn't be proper if we couldn't introduce at least one of our founders from Baker. So I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Alaji Fai, one of our founders. Please applause.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alaji Fai, like you rightly mentioned. I am the co-founder and CSO of Baker. When I saw some of the students from the various schools here, I felt agitated because in my head, what I am thinking now is little do they know what the potential of this initiative could be. But just if you guys would allow me to break it down for you so that you can synchronize what we're actually starting today. Papaya, like I would tell some of my colleagues, is basically a fruit that I believe Gambians do not know very well. we've been in some countries in Asia, where I studied, in Malaysia particularly, and we see what they're doing with this amazing fruit. And we're wondering, why can this not be done in Gambia? And it's the same thing that we've seen in those countries that we envision to be done in Gambia with this fruit and more other produces. Uh, Today, somebody just mentioned here that papaya is luxury. It's very expensive in the market. But guys, uh, I am telling all of you that in a year from now, hopefully by 2027, Gambia will see the production of papaya in levels that we have never seen before. And for that, it is not something that I would want to take credit for. It is not something that Baker would take credit for. It is not something that Smart Agri Academy would take credit for. But instead, I think it's everybody that is in this room and everybody in the Gambia who is contributing to the production of even one tree would eventually take credit for. So in short, what I want to say is, this is for everybody. We cannot do it alone. We need you, the students. We need you, the elders, the teachers, the diasporans, the stakeholders that are here. We need everybody to make this work. And inshallah, it's going to work. Right? We're thinking of exporting papaya. But the primary question we are faced with right now is, before we think of export, we have to produce enough to meet the local demand first. And with the amount of seeds and seedlings that we have distributed nationwide as of this day, I don't know if I give you numbers, you guys will believe me or not, but by 2027, we will be producing close to 51 tons of papaya in the Gambia. However, this amount, questions are being raised whether there is a market for these 51 or so tons. And the reality is, we're still doing our market research, beginning to understand how much of this papaya can Gambians or the Gambian market consume. And honestly, we're sure from where we are now that this entire demand or this entire quantity of production cannot be consumed locally. Hence, the need for something we will call value addition or processing. We have one of our pioneers here who is in the processing department, heading that department, seeing that we're able to use papaya to turn it into sugar, turn it into yogurt, turn it into ice cream, turn it into papaya snacks, and many more other things. Now we're just thinking beyond consuming the fresh produce. We're thinking of initiating processing it into other finished goods. And that is just not it. We've also started to tap into the export market. Okay, she's just showing you some of the products. As you guys can see, this is how do you call it? The seed powder. It's made from the papaya seeds. And I wish we could have an expert who can tell us the health benefits of this papaya seed powder. But also, we have the papaya soap. It's made from the papaya. We know how, expensive soap can be. This is, how do you call it? Shower soap, right? Sabu sangu in local terms, right? We're also looking at producing others that would be for domestic use. This is what? Remind me? Popsicle. If you want to call it ice cream or juice, it's made from the papaya as well. And this is the leaf powder. So in all of these products that we have shown you, you can actually see that this also shows the entire tree, from the leaves to the roots to the seeds to the actual fruit. None of it is a waste. Every single bit of it can be processed into a good that we can consume and export to other countries. So just to give you guys a glimpse of the opportunities that this initiative can bring in Gambia and beyond, right? So I would want to encourage the students especially to take this initiative very seriously. But again, the reason we are going to the school levels, at the grassroots level, is to bring about a shift, a mindset shift. Because we believe that it can be done, and we want everybody else who is in this country to believe that it can be done. And we have to do it. It's not rocket science. In all of the other countries that we've been to, they did it for themselves to the extent that we went there and we adore what they were doing. So today, we want to bring that reality in Gambia so that we do it, the students can do it, all of us can do it, so that we believe that it's doable in Gambia, and we would take it from there. And last but not the least is I want to thank the administration of this school for making it so easy for us. It's basically it was so easy for us to set up this initiative and the launching to be done here. They made it so easy for us. But also I want to extend my gratitude and thanks to the various stakeholders that are present here, especially MOPSI, but also the media outlets or houses that are here. We have in our midst West Coast Radio, represented by Mr. Solver. We have Nice Gambia TV, represented by this gentleman here, Fabaji, and Lucky Child, the famous Lucky Child there. And also we have, Focus on Agriculture, a media outlet that is doing wonderful things, showcasing the beauty of what we're doing within the agricultural space. So in short, I want to just use this opportunity to thank all of you and also let you all know that this is not something that Baker can do alone. It is not something that Smart Agripreneur can do alone. We need everybody's input. We need everybody's effort. We need everybody's contribution. Even if it is just by a means of transmitting what you have understood from this initiative to another person outside there, that is still assistance or is still help for us. So from the Baker team, I just want to say thank you everybody for making this a reality today. Thank you.
I have a question, particularly to the students. Do you believe what he said, that we will have 51 tons in 2027? Do you believe this is possible? Can we make it possible? Definitely. United we stand and divided we fall. Right. From policy and planning to expressions and creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Fatumata Bojan. We'll have a poem from Fatumata Bojan, please.
Good morning to stakeholders present here. The principal of Yundum Barracks Upper and Senior Secondary School, and to my teacher that taught me in Pirang Agricultural Senior Secondary School, Mr. Jassy, and some of my juniors that I've seen here, and all the other schools that are present here, and to my mentors and mentees. I see you all. I see Mr. Roberts from Gunjur Senior Secondary School. My name's Fatou Bojang, and I am a writer and a reciter. I am a poetess. Also, I've studied agric in my senior secondary school as a field of discipline, now at the University of the Gambia, and also studying to become a journalist, an agric journalist for that matter, because I've seen how agric can be of great opportunities, not only as a farmer, but as a journalist too, and even a banker. Sure. So I have this little poem that I want to recite here to entertain us. And here it reads: in the concrete canyon, life takes roots and thrives, where papaya production meets a vibrant green that strives. Papaya production, a hope reclaiming spaces, playing a vital part. From the stem to the roots and to the fruits, a testament to things that were now scorned, turning the fruits of the papaya to a colorful, foamy soap and to some yummy, tasty ice creams, boosting our economy. I am agriculture. I turned most poor countries to rich nations. The secret to eradicate hunger, poverty, and malnutrition, the backbone to most economies of great nations. Yes, some call me their spinal cord. Take me as a profession. Hunger will be gone forever. Use less chemicals. Keep me organic and I'll make you richer than Bill Gates in America. We ponder what will be our fate as Earth we overpopulate, more industries we generate, and agriculture propagate. Many species we decimate as planet Earth we dominate. Bigger cities we now create, in high-rise blocks we concentrate. Now pathogens grow at a rate and fly worldwide to dissipate. We ponder what will be our fate, and the flu that flew worldwide is nothing but agriculture. Bojang the Glorious. I thank you.
That was a lovely point. I was so hooked that I forgot I had to come back here onto the podium. Right. You've just seen some of our papaya products and the numerous, just so much more you could do with more than just papaya. Let's just have an exhibit of some of the products you could turn papaya into. While we feed our eyes on some of the things you could turn papaya into, I'd like to invite Mr. Adama J. So from Gambia College, Director of School of Agriculture, because one can't talk about agriculture without learning. One can't learn agriculture without the institutions that guide it. Please put your hands together to welcome Adama J. So.
Okay, first of all, before I start, I want you to put your hand together for yourself for participating in this great event. Distinguished guests, respected partners, representative from BICAT and SMART Agropreneurship Academic, officials from the ministries, school administrators, teachers, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Now, my name is Alama Jeso, and I am representing the Head of School of Agriculture, Mr. Usman Sow. I'm knowing Mr. Usman Sow as a very prolific leader. Representing him here is a very, very big task for me. Also, before my speech, great speakers have made pronunciations which are very, very essential. And that make my task here more difficult, but I will try to do my best. Now, today is not just launching of a program. Today is planting of a seed of hope, innovation, responsibilities, transformation for our young people and for the future of agriculture in the Gambia. I am deeply honored to stand before you as the head of School of Agriculture, Gambia College, now University of Education, at this historic launching of papaya for School Initiative 2026. First, let me begin by sincerely commending BICAT and Smart Agropreneur Academic for their visionary initiative. What you are doing is more than partnership, it is nation building. You are connecting education to action, theory to practical, classroom to the soil that feed our nation. This leadership in its truest form. Ladies and gentlemen, agriculture is not a punishment. Agriculture is not the last option. Agriculture is power, agriculture is dignity, agriculture is wealth, and agriculture is the future. For too long, our young people have been made to believe success only exists in the office, in schools, behind computers. But today, I say to you, success grows in the soil, innovation grows in the field, leadership is cultivated on the farm, and entrepreneurship begins with courage to plan and also to nurture. Papaya for School initiative is revolutionary because it changed the mindset of education and it tells our students you are not only learners, but you are producers. You are not only students, you are entrepreneurs. And you are not only the future, you are as well the present. This program moves agriculture from textbooks to reality. It transforms schools into center of productivity, innovations, and enterprise. When students plant papaya seeds, they are not only just farming, they are learning responsibilities, they are learning patience, and they are learning business thinking. They are learning resilience and are learning leadership. And most importantly, they are learning that they can create the value that are with their own hand. It is time when climate change threatens our food system, when unemployment challenges our stability and also dependency weaken our growth. Initiative like this is the strongest weapon. Papaya for School promote climate resilience, agri sustainability, and also entrepreneurship all at once. This is exactly the direction our nation must take. At the Gambia College, now a University of Education, particularly at the School of Agriculture, our mandate is clear: to train not just graduates, but solution providers, to produce not job seekers, but also job creators, and to raise not just students, but nation builders. And then this is how to call it, is a clear witness as we speaking here. We have most of our students here from Mr. Malo, some of our gentlemen down here. They are paving way in the agriculture sector in the country, nationwide. This initiative aligns perfectly with our mission to strengthen agriculture education and give particular meaning to what we teach. It creates bridge between policies, training, institutions, industries, and it proves that education is most powerful when it is applied. To the school administrators, teachers here, you are the architect of this transformation. You are the mentor shaping the mindset of our future farmers, scientists, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and then your commitment, determination to the success of this program. You teach with passion, guide with patience, and inspire with vision. For the students, I speak to you today. You are the heart of this initiation, and you are the reason we are here. Do not look agriculture as hard work alone. Look agriculture as smart work. Look agriculture as innovative. Look agriculture as a business, and look agriculture as what? A leadership. The soil you touch today might finance your education tomorrow. The papaya you plant today might feed your family tomorrow. And the skill you learn today might build your nation tomorrow. You are not too young to lead, and you are not too small to make impact. You are not limited to create changes. So, we are here. Use what you have, grow what you believe in. To our partners, Bicat and Smart Agricultural Academic, we appreciate your collaboration and to invest in education. We appreciate your belief in the Gambian youth, and we appreciate your commitment to sustainable development. Gambia College, now University of Education, stand ready to support, to collaborate and to expand this partnership for great national impact. Let us initiative not let this initiative not stop at papaya. Let it grow into a movement of school-based agricultural entrepreneurship across the country. Let every school become productive center, and let every student become an innovator. Let every teacher become mentor of this transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of the Gambia is not built in conference hall alone. It is built in classrooms, it is built in school gardens, it is built in laboratories, and it's also built in the minds of the young people. Today we are here building our future and the future of the youth of this country. As the head of School of Agriculture, I reaffirm our support for this initiative. We will provide technical guidance, academic collaboration, industrial partnership to ensure its success and sustainability. Let us plant knowledge, harvest innovation, cultivate leadership, and also grow a generation that feeds the nation and drive its economy. With unity, vision, and commitment, Papaya for School initiative will not just change school, it will change life, it will not just grow fruits, it will grow the future. I thank you for believing in education, for believing in agriculture, and for the youth of this country. May this seed we planted today grow into the forest of opportunity for our people tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Self, for such wonderful insights, your continued support, and strengthening the link between education and agriculture. Just before the planting exercise, we'll have our last speech from Mr. Bojan, a farmer, and his farm is called Timothy Jam City Farms. Please give him a round of applause to say a few words.
Hello. Is it loud? Hello. Assalamu alaikum. I would like to speak in Mandinka. My name is Mr. Abdullah Bojan from Jambanjeri, Jam City. I live in UK for over 22 years. I came back here doing other businesses, not agriculture. And it is in millions. My wife, my children are all in UK. I'm from Jambanjeri. I'm living in UK. I'm not sure. Hello?
It just needs to be close to you.
Okay. Me live in UK, nga 20 something years in UK. So I came back here. I was doing other businesses, not agriculture. I have a business of millions of dollars. One day I was at my business center. A friend of mine, a cousin, my cousin, they were doing agriculture, they were doing gardening. Someone informed me that your cousin is doing gardening. So I said to myself, let me visit his place. I went to his place. I saw them doing some work. That was onions. Hello? That was onions. Now, the type of work they were doing, I've never seen it. I traveled all over the world. I went everywhere in the world. But I never knew there is something there called drips when you want to do this irrigation. I said to my cousin, what is this? He said to me, this is drips. I said, what did they use it for? He said, let us show you. They showed me how it works. I told the plumber, but the plumber used to come to my my shop before. I knew him before. I said to him, I have a piece of land in Jamanjeli. I'm a native of Jamanjeli. I said, I have a land in Jamanjeli. Can we go there? Can I go there with you to see whether I can do this type of work there? He said, okay. He went there. He said, that is good. It's a very good place to do. I said to him, that moment, I said to him, how can I take a borehole? He said, okay, I'll arrange someone to do it for you. So he called a friend. The second day, the third day, they start digging the borehole. I had a borehole. From that day, I never stepped my foot at my shop. I have to put some people there. They are working for me. Now, I want to live on agriculture for the rest of my life. I don't want to do anything other than agriculture. And there was a day I was on social media. I saw Alaji fight on social media with these papayas. There's a number there. I called him. I said, who is that? He said, I'm Alaji Fight via Mboletba. I don't know Mboletba. I said, where is Mboletba? He said, it's in Nyomi. I said, okay. I was going through the social media. I saw your garden there. I'm interested in your papayas. He said, okay. He's a very, very helpful person. He visited my garden. Some of the journalists over there, Lucky Charlie, he visited my garden. I have the best garden. I don't mean a company, but individual. From Carton to Koina, I have the best garden. I said to Alaj, I'm interested in your papaya. He said, okay, but I have some pictures of my garden, videos. I sent it to him. He said, where is this? I said, yeah, my dear. He said, I want to pay you a visit. I said, when you are coming, can you bring me those papayas? I was going to buy them and do it myself. And again, he came with, I think it's four packets of 500 seeds. And I told him that I'm on another preparation. I said, but if I'm ready, myself, I want 5,000 papayas in my garden. And again, the friends in UK, when I talk to them, I say, no, I shift my business now. I'm now doing agriculture. Oh, now you don't go inside. So some people think that I shouldn't do that, but I think it's the best thing to do. More especially, in the Gambia, I only hope this papaya, the project, is sustained. Sustainability is a problem in this country. Very, very big problem. And this should be sustained. In my garden, it will sustain. I don't know anywhere, but in my garden, it will. And I don't want to keep you too long. But the problem, agriculture is very important. It's good. And Alaji told me, if you do these papayas, we have a market for it. I said, that's fine. That's what I need. Because in my garden, if I'm harvesting tomato, I have evidence with me here. I can harvest tomato 1.5 ton today, tomorrow 1.5 ton, the following day 1.5 ton, 3 days 1 ton. I harvest more than 27,000 kilos on a very small field like here. 27 tons of tomato. But sometimes the market is a problem. But when Alaji told me that there is a market for this, I even have some tomatoes from them. We are transplanting them, for your information, we are transplanting them on Saturday, this Saturday coming. So, maybe for a student or you want to sabo new initiative for a black in the valley. Because near that school, mindset nyanda sort of world. The one thing I mean understand them more yajibo agriculture nafatala, agriculture quality je, niya ntolaka doko pulan na musolle pulu. Ndala sate to on mini kana na gadi no to. Bayro be sabatrim bantale. Etol kamera bonde kana fenkulole jambando sewo se to ya man ntaka wonan tiwa kulule. Sai ne lata no kungola ko to nyande kay be ke jade. Because more be ajala ko nyande itule musande ko not master school to kana santo ni students will be sida kula watu wale ko be ku kala no famay ba jala agriculture be beti ala and alaji wallahi ni initiative I will say big thank you Never number for more kanye because in the garden almost every day or every 2 days someone will call me and say in Europe. It's I never come one number for same number mobile one. Send the one in cardinal of war. So it can mean for more waram ko Italian min di more near dogu even market sotola. So new students only a flow from dogu market there's a market for it. That's the beauty of it. So mbafala mo be ko ndenga mtanyo fe ntenga kele do sa kenole do sa kana judu agriculture asifa o sifa kana juda annom mbafala mo be ko alaji andi team ala kata ali fen kulol din tol dolla nga to bodo anyanda to bodo nyam because nim everything mo danta ne ka kuma mo be bule no ka so ni wakata ko be so nyala ala baraka. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bojan. I believe Mr. Bojan is living evidence that it's all about the mindset. Okay. That it's all about the mindset. Once you change your mindset, anything is possible. Whatever you dream, you can be. Whatever you wish to have, you can have. Just a reminder that the cake is also made from papaya. So it's cake, papaya cake. Here. I don't know if you've had it. So if you haven't had anything yet, I believe you can help yourself to the little snacks we prepared. Because right now we're going into the garden. And we're going to start our transplanting exercise, the highlight of today's event. So eat something and we can start. Thank you.